Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about another Polkadot project that is also available on Kusama, and this project is called the Phala network or the PHA token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the projects that we cover on our channel. For this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website phala.network in order to learn more about this project, right? So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to look at the information presented on CoinMarketCap's page, but as always, please do your own in-depth research before you invest any of your money on this token, right? So what is Phala network? Phala network is a privacy-preserving cloud computing service which offers computing power comparable to existing crowd services and protects the privacy of managed programs. Based on TEE blockchain hybrid architecture, developers can deploy confidential smart contracts running inside the TEE enclaves in the CPU. So right off the bat, Phala network is basically a privacy-preserving cloud computing services. So it is a decentralized platform that ensures the privacy of individuals are preserved in a cloud computing service manner by offering cloud computing services, and also offers computing powers that are comparable to centralized and existing cloud services, and protects the privacy of managed programs. So the main focus of Phala network is to protect privacy to ensure that it offers either the same level of privacy preservation or better level of privacy preservation compared to centralized cloud computing services, right? And it's also based on TEE blockchain hybrid architecture, which again is a very fascinating subject if you want to do your in-depth analysis on that. And they have a lot of information about this on their website, which I highly recommend you guys to look into before you invest in this project as well, because that's going to give you an idea of how the architecture of this blockchain works, right? So Phala is also based on Substrate and will run as a parachain on the Polkadot ecosystem. So again, it is trying to become a parachain on the Polkadot ecosystem, but similar to Karura as well as Moonriver, which we covered in our channel, there is a version of Phala network on the Kusama blockchain, which is called the Kala network, which is basically the exact same project as Phala, but it's just a testnet version on the Kusama network, right? So it's a canary network on the Kusama blockchain. So I suggest you guys to go to the website and read about Kala as well. It is exactly the same. I'll probably make a separate video on it because I think that project is also going to perform extremely well, especially with the Kusama ecosystem off to a very good start already. So when it comes to every project or blockchain network, we know that every project has its own native token. So for the purpose of Phala network, we can obviously expect a native token as well, and this native token is the PHA token, right? So here they're talking about the different utility for the PHA token. So let's go through each and every one of them in much more detail. So trusted computing resources, purchase trusted computing resources in the network and the data exchanges. Example, trusted computing power, on-chain computing and storage resources, and off-chain storage using PHA tokens. So when it comes to resources, computing resources, by having access to PHA tokens, you are able to get access to trusted computing resources within the Phala network. The next utility is basically the data exchange fee. Phala provides a contract-based data exchange infrastructure for standardized data collection, analysis, and trading protocols. With Phala's protocol, a confidential but trusted exchange ecosystem is built for both buyers and sellers. So what this section basically talks about is that you can basically use the PHA tokens in order to pay the data exchange fees within the Phala network, right? So that's basically what this is about. security guarantee, gatekeepers must stake a certain amount of FAR tokens, which may be slashed for misbehavior. So if you have a sufficient number of FAR tokens and you want to become a gatekeeper, which is again just like a node operator, if you want to become a gatekeeper, you have to stake Phala tokens. And when you do that, you obviously are entitled to receive rewards within the ecosystem. But the problem when it comes to the downside is that if you are known to misbehave within the network as a gatekeeper, then a portion of your stash may be slashed, right? So that's the only downside to that. So governance, stakeholders who own a certain amount of FAT are able to join the Phala DAO and to participate in community governance. Again, if you take any project, they have a governance aspect to their tokens. Similar to that, the FAR token has a governance aspect to it as well. So if you hold FAR tokens or a sufficient number of FAR tokens, then you are basically eligible to participate in the governance activity. And also Phala network aims to become a decentralized autonomous organization or a DAO, which means the community has full control of the network and there's no centralized bias or anything like that. So therefore, if you have a sufficient stash of FAR tokens, then you can definitely get voting rights within the ecosystem, right? So those are some of the main utilities of the Phala network token. And if you look at some of the products that are either available on Phala network already or are planning to make themselves available on the Phala network once it goes live on the Polkadot blockchain. These products include bridges between blockchains and Polkadot, example PDM, PBTC, PETH and PBTG. So again, they are trying to build multiple bridges within different parachains of the Polkadot ecosystem and also between the Phala network as well as with Ethereum as well. So Ethereum is obviously the main go-to place for any blockchain that aims to build a bridge. So obviously Phala network is also trying to do the same. That's one of the reasons why Phala versions of Bitcoin, ETH, PDM as well as a PBTG, which is BitGold, is also available on the Phala network, right? You also have Web3 analytics, which is basically an analytics tool that's available on the Phala network. It is fully decentralized. It's similar to Google Analytics, but it's basically the Phala version of it, right? And you also have Dark Wallet and Dark Pool. So these are also some of the products that are available on the Phala network. So we're just going to quickly go through the founders. Again, this is something that you guys can go deep into. I'm just going to see, again, if you see the BitGold aspect, it might be confusing to you guys because nobody really uses BitGold, and why is Phala basically making BitGold available rather than, let's say, Litecoin or even Polkadot or even Kusama available, right? That's because of the fact that one of the founders, Hang Yin, who is also the founder of Phala network, was also the founder and the lead developer of BitGold, and that's one of the reasons why BitGold or BTG is available as PBTG on the Phala network. So that's the main reason. Apart from that, there's literally no other use case for BitGold. So that's an interesting trivia for you guys. You also have the LinkedIn and GitHub pages for each of these founders. You can also go through the members in detail here, but I'll just let you guys do that on your own. So moving on to the most important section. So why should you take some time to look at Phala, or why should you look into the Phala tokens, right? So this section is probably going to give you the reasons to look into the Phala token. So Phala network tackles the issue of trust in the computation cloud. So the main problem that Phala is aiming to resolve is trusting issues in the computational cloud or computational world, right? So that's basically what Phala network is aiming to tackle. So the blockchain is a trustless computation platform that enables massive cloud processing without sacrificing data confidentiality, built around TEE-based privacy technology already embedded into modern processors. Phala network's distributed computing cloud is versatile and confidential. By separating the consensus mechanism from computation, Phala ensures processing power is highly scalable. Together, this creates the infrastructure for powerful, secure, and scalable, trustless computing cloud. So basically, what they're trying to state here is that, as we discussed before, Phala is aiming to produce, they're aiming to make their blockchain fully privacy preserving as well as extremely private, cloud solution service that is going to rival some of the centralized cloud solution service providers in a way that we've never seen before, because again, as you know, the threats that we are basically facing in the crypto space by centralized authorities, including banks and governments and several other organizations who are threatening people's privacy right now. They really have no better option. If you see the government's clampdown that's happening on centralized exchanges, is a classic example of what's basically expected from the government's perspective, right? But Phala aims to create a privacy-preserving cloud solution where not only can you build privacy-preserving dApps, but also platforms and other ecosystems that are extremely scalable and secure and trustless, right? So that's basically what Phala is aiming to produce. The second paragraph states that as a member parachain of the Polkadot cross-chain ecosystem, Phala will be able to provide computing power to other blockchain applications while protecting the data layer, enabling possibilities like privacy protection, privacy-protected DeFi trading positions and transaction history, co-computing DID confidential data, developing light node cross-chain bridges, and more. So being a Polkadot parachain is a big benefit, because not just the project successfully uses the highly scalable and highly advanced technology of Polkadot, but it also enables cross-chain functionality, because each and every parachain on Polkadot is its own blockchain, which means if Phala were to secure a parachain loan auction and to becomes a parachain on the Polkadot ecosystem, it can basically interact with several other blockchains similar to this on the Polkadot ecosystem, and not only on the Polkadot ecosystem but also on the Kusama ecosystem as well, because there are plans from the Web3 Foundation to build a bridge between Polkadot and Kusama, where assets and NFTs and other tokens can be transacted between Polkadot and Kusama. So if that happens, obviously Phala is going to benefit, because Phala will directly interact with its own version on Kusama called Kala, and it can even interact with several other projects as well, not just Kala, but can also interact with Karura or Moon River or Shiden, etc. Right? So these are some of the huge possibilities, and apart from that, being built on top of Polkadot also means that it's cross-chain compatible with Ethereum and several other blockchains as well. So this is basically going to secure Kala with a lot of long-term sustainability. And apart from that, imagine having interacting with a DeFi platform, but your transactions couldn't be tracked. That's going to be something that's going to happen with the Phala network, right? So if you, let's say, make a swap transaction on Uniswap, your transaction history is stored in the blockchain permanently, right? But if you do the exact same thing on Phala, for example, you will not be traceable. Your transactions will not be traceable. It provides full and complete privacy, and it's also fast and also extremely low when it comes to transaction costs. So there's so many benefits with Phala in that regard. On-chain services currently being developed on Phala network include Web3 analytics, high-performance smart contracts from Phala enable highly concurrent mass data analytics with privacy, paving the way for an alternative to Google Analytics that inherently respects individual confidentiality. So again, one of the main products that Phala network is building is, as we discussed before, they're planning to build their own network Web3 analytics, which is going to basically rival giants like Google Analytics and provide a decentralized analytics solution to the Phala network, which is going to be huge in my personal opinion, because if you see, Google Analytics is one of the main analytics solution that everyone is using right now. but as you're using any of the Google products, you're basically being tracked not only by Google but also by its partners as well. So imagine getting all the benefits of Google Analytics, but the fact that your privacy is continuing to be preserved, and that's basically the future that Phala Network is aiming to offer, right? So those are some of the main key reasons why you need to look into the Phala Network. So let's go to the website itself. Again, they have a pretty cool website. I believe I've already covered Phala Network in the past, but you can clearly see that the website is always, looking pretty cool. I was fascinated by the website even before, and now I'm still fascinated. I believe that the Phala, once Phala gets its own website, they will also have a similar graphics and background to Phala Network, right? But overall, if you see, they state that they're global confidential compute cloud. So that's basically what they call themselves. Blockchain confidentiality by trusted computing. So if you want to access the Phala app itself, you can click on the Phala app. You can access their Explorer here. And trustless, privacy preserving cloud computing. This is something that we already discussed. If you want to know the tokenomics or the token economics, you can click on this link in the top. If you want to read their white paper, which I highly recommend, you guys can click on the technical white paper button here. And another cool graphic here, tamper proof, trustless execution. So some of the main features are basically it's isolated, it's trustless, it's also cross-compatible, and fully decentralized. So those are some of the main key features of Phala Network. Privacy preserving smart contract is basically what they're trying to develop. And this platform is obviously credible, it's fully verifiable, interoperable and cross-chain compatible. Some of the key features that we definitely need. So here they're talking about products on Phala, and as I discussed right now, one of their main products is Web3 Analytics. So this is basically talking about Web3 Analytics, and you have some of the codes that they've shared. So you have, now we're going to the partner section. You have, they're basically partnered with several big giants. Obviously, they're trying to be on the Polkadot blockchain, but they're also aiming to have the Phala network available on the Kusama blockchain as well. Apart from that, Parity is the parent company for both Polkadot and Kusama. Phala network is a very popular network that's also aiming to become a parachain on the Polkadot blockchain. Phala is, I think, sister project Karura is on the Kusama blockchain. Mask is a very popular project that I also covered in a separate video. Plasm is also a very popular project. Crust is a Kusama based project. Bifrost, IOSG Ventures, SNZ, Kandak, PHA, Incuba Alpha, Happy Block, as well as Gagra Ventures are some of the other partners that they have. So they are basically partners and not investors, right? So that's something that I want to make it very clear what we've done. So here are some of the updates, and they basically state in 2021 that in Q1 of 2021 they got listed on Binance, OKX, and KuCoin, which is again something that is available right now for you guys to buy on these exchanges. And here they're talking about what they're planning to do for Q2, Q3, and Q4 of 2021. And if you wanna get regular news updates from the team, you can subscribe to the newsletter. And here are their social media information, right? So you have all the information on the website, and it's a pretty decent and well, the graphics wise, the website is pretty well developed, and they have pretty decent information on their website, right? So going back to the CoinMarketCap page for Phala network, you can clearly see that this token is 182nd by ranking by market cap on CoinMarketCap, and is currently trading at 83 cents at the time I'm making this video, with a 4.28% increase in the past 24 hours. And if you see, the market cap is about $228.5 million in market cap. Again, some people may think that this is quite overvalued, but if you ask me, again, if you take a competitive comparison between Phala network as well as Google, you can clearly see that Google is basically a privacy, it doesn't protect your privacy. It's an anti-privacy giant that has kind of like been dominating the internet for quite some time right now, and basically Phala network aims to do pretty much what Google is doing when it comes to analytics and cloud computing, and it is significantly smaller than Google. I'm not saying that Phala network can be as big as Google. There's definitely a possibility in the extreme long run, but I think you only have to aim higher in order to you have to aim for the stars in order to land on the moon, right? Similar to that, I feel like it's better to have a comparison with the industry leaders and the market giants in order to get a fair price comparison. So if you see, Google is a billions and is worth billions and billions of dollars, and I think Phala has a market cap of $228 million, and I think the market cap can shrink in the short term because of some sideways movements because of its tokenomics, but I still feel like Phala is quite undervalued based on this price point as well, right? Because it is aiming to do something that's going to revolutionize the DeFi space. Privacy preserving smart contracts and privacy preserving dApps and everything else is going to definitely mean a lot to so many people in the day and age where we are being tracked pretty much every day, right? For every activity that we do on the internet. So in that regard, I feel like this token is extremely undervalued. If you take the max supply, again, this is one of the worst things about this project that I don't really like, which is, again, the tokenomics is quite bad. The max supply is 1 billion tokens, again, quite a huge number, but obviously it is a blockchain based project, so they have to provide inflationary reward incentives for people to continue to remain as gatekeepers, as well as for people to participate in the ecosystem. So I kind of get that, but at the same time, if you see, the circulating supply is only 27%, which is again relatively low for a project that has an extremely high max supply. So apart from the token supply as well as the circulating supply, again, everything else I really like, but the tokenomics is obviously something that I don't really like, because with such high numbers, you're only going to get price slumping and price sideways movement for quite some time, right? Until momentum starts picking up, and as this token reaches, as the circulating supply reaches the close to its max supply, that's when the the price scarcity event will kind of push the token price up, and that's when the token is going to moon. Otherwise, it is going to remain in the sideways motion, or even get dumped relentlessly before we reach that goal, right? But if you take the charts, for example, you can clearly see that the token has been performing quite well in the recent times. So if you see the price point of this token since I believe September 2020, the token was initially worth 12 cents per token. It was pretty much moving sideways, making occasional peaks, but it was remaining in the zone till early January this year, when the token went from 10 cents to a price of 32 cents mid-January. And then it didn't really stop there, because it went even further, touching an all-time highs of about, I believe, it touched an all-time highs of close to a dollar, I believe, $1.20, or even $1.25 per token, sometime mid of May, before crashing back down to a price point of about 52 cents to 60 cents, in that range, before going back up, touching the 96 cents range, and then been quite volatile since then. But overall, if you see, this token is kind of moving sideways, right? Overall, the token has made higher highs and higher lows, which is indicating that this token is getting a lot of traction. But I would still probably wait for buying this token, because I think this token can easily go below the 75 cent and 70 cent range, and that will be a good opportunity to dollar cost average in. So I would not recommend you guys to buy this token at this price point. I'll suggest you guys to wait. I feel like this token can go even as low as 60 cents, which will be a good dollar cost average in price point, right? Again, this is my opinion, guys. If you go to the Bitcoin comparative, on the other hand, you can clearly see that the Bitcoin comparative has been much more volatile than dollar comparative. The token was initially worth, I believe, 1169 satoshis per token September 13th, before crashing down to 9,000. I think it was initially worth 11,000 satoshis, but then it was then worth 955 satoshis, and then it went back up to about 1,300 satoshis, and then went back down, touched an all-time lows of about I think 2,900 satoshis, before rallying to an all-time highs of about I believe it was sometime during mid-July when the all-time high was reached. I think it was 3,000 to 4,000 satoshis per token. Now it's kind of like in the 1700 satoshis mark, right? So again, this token is extremely volatile in the Bitcoin comparative. If you want to buy this token with Bitcoin, you need to be extremely careful because there are extremely sharp peaks and sharp dumps. But overall, I think this token can easily, make multiple X's in the future. So if you're looking to buy this token with dollar comparative and Bitcoin comparative, I'd probably suggest you to wait on both, because this token can easily break below the 1,000 Satoshi mark, and that will be a good dollar cost averaging opportunity. Or if you want to wait till this token reaches below 70 to 65 cents, that's also a good opportunity to buy with dollar comparative, right? So if you take the markets where it's available, as we saw before, this token is available on Binance, Huobi Global, as well as KuCoin, some of the most popular and well-known exchanges with a lot of decent liquidity. And apart from that, this token is also available on Uniswap version 2 as well as I think version 3 in an ERC20 token fashion. But since the gas fees are high, your best bet is Binance. Or if you want to buy the BEP20 version of this token, you can buy it from PancakeSwap, because PancakeSwap, basically, I think this token was recently been available on the Binance Smart Chain, and PancakeSwap is the best place to go, where you pay some of the lowest fees. And the benefit of buying it from PancakeSwap is that if you own some cake tokens, you can earn this token for free right now. You can earn about 70 to 72%, somewhere in that range, depending on when you're watching this video. You can basically earn close to 70% APR by just staking your cake tokens in the Phala syrup pool, right? Because this token is available as a syrup pool token in PancakeSwap. And if you have some cake tokens, I suggest you guys to stake it to earn this token passively while you're doing your research on whether you want to invest directly in this token or not, right? And bear in mind that even though it's available on the syrup pool only lasts for about a month or a month and a half, depending on how many people stake their cake tokens. So if you have a decent stash of cake tokens, you can earn this token passively without even worrying about buying this. But if you want to buy this token and if you want to earn some passive FAR tokens while you're doing your research, you can do that as well by participating in the syrup pool, right? Again, what's my final verdict on this token, guys? I think this token has a lot of potential. As I said multiple times, this token is basically a part of the Kusama Polkadot blockchain, which means, as I said, Kusama and Polkadot blockchains will probably have their own kind of like bull run, just like how we had the DeFi bull run last year, as well as the NFT bull run this year. This token will definitely be a part of the Polkadot bull run token. When this token is going to make multiple X's, I can easily see this token crossing the $2 to $3 range by the end of this bull run. And in the long term, which is about 3 to 5 years, I think this token can easily cross the $5 to $7 mark. And again, based on what this token is offering when it comes to fundamentals, I won't even be surprised if this token is worth $10 in 3 to 5 years time, right? Because it has so much to offer when it comes to privacy, and it's basically allowing for privacy preserving dApps and smart contracts to be built on top of it, right? So that's why I feel like this token is a really good token to keep in your radar. Not asking you to suggest you to buy this, but again, I do feel like this token can be something that you can put in your radar or even earn passively using PancakeSwap while you're doing your research, right? Again, remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.